One of the smartest ways to save money is to clean your own house. But here's the issue. Most of us hate cleaning unless you're, crazy. Every time my two best friends come over to visit, they always say the same thing. How in the world do you keep your house so clean? And here's the truth, guys, okay? I hate cleaning. I hate cleaning. I don't say the word hate very often, but when it comes to cleaning, hate is the right word. If any cleaning task takes too long or too much physical effort, I can't even make myself do it. So I have to make my cleaning routine as painless as possible. Otherwise, I don't want to do it. I don't know about you, but I do not have a cleaning lady in my budget. So I am the cleaning lady. I'm going to break this down and explain how I keep this as painless as possible. If it requires bending over too much and throwing my back out, I ain't doing that. If I got to climb up in order to clean stuff, I ain't doing that either. So one of the most important cleaning partners that you could possibly have is a very good quality all-purpose cleaner. You want one cleaner that does super duty around your house, because one of the biggest types of clutter that is such a pain to manage are your cleaning supplies. So I like to have my cleaning supplies incredibly minimal underneath your sink to be totally out of hand and difficult to manage. Now I like this one. Oops. Now I like this one. It's called Tough and Tender. So I did see that this is available on Amazon. I don't know if that's always the case. I don't know because my understanding was this is only available through subscriptions. But nonetheless, even if this isn't your choice of cleaner, I'm not saying that this should necessarily be your choice of cleaner. I'm saying I really, really like this for a few reasons. So choose your own, choose your favorite, but have a good one. So I like this because it really cuts down on waste. You get these bottles. This has enough cleaner to make about 6 bottles of this, roughly speaking. And something I wasn't aware of prior to using this product is how much of the cleaner that you're buying is actually just water. So the way this works, I'm actually going to do this in front of you because as you can see, my bottle's empty and I need to clean my house. So I need to refill this. So I'll just do it with you so you can see. But this bottle says 12 times. So there is a marking on this bottle, which I don't know if you can see. The 12 times line is right here. And then this is the 6 times line. So depending on how concentrated the cleaner is, you're going to fill to the appropriate line. So I'm just going to fill this bottle to here with the cleaner, and the rest of this bottle is water. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe how much of your bottle is actually just water. It's just mind-boggling. So really, I don't know why companies don't go this direction and do like a concentrate that you can just mix in a reusable bottle. It seems so much less wasteful to me. But nonetheless, you do you. This is my favorite cleaner. So that's why I'm showing you this. But any good quality all-purpose cleaner is what you want. Son of a dickens. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cleaner. So I'm just going to fill to this 12X line down here. A little bit more. You see, folks, that is it. That's all the more cleaner you need for this. It's crazy. And then the rest is going to be just water. You just fill it to this fill line that's right here. Okay, so I have filled this up to the fill line. That's it. So I like this, like I said, because it works really well. It smells amazing. Actually, one of my friends came over and I had just finished wiping down my countertop. I just did my dishes and I just wiped down my counter with this right before she got here. And she was like, "Why does your house smell so good? What did you use on your floors?" I'm like, "I didn't even mop the floors." And I was thinking to myself, "I didn't even mop the floors. What is she talking about?" And suddenly I realized, oh yeah, I did the dishes and I used this cleaner. Guys, this cleaner smells amazing. I freaking love this stuff. My parents got me hooked on it. And I don't know if I'm happy about that or not, but I really do like this cleaner. And if you're looking for a good all-purpose cleaner, I would highly recommend this one. It's by Melaleuca. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it is, like I said, I believe it's a subscription-based thing. My parents have the subscription. They love all their products. I personally am too lazy to keep up with that whole subscription thing, so they do gift this to me. I did find it on Amazon. I believe it should be available maybe by some sellers on there. So I will check and see if it's still available. I will link it in the description. I'm just telling you, I love this stuff. And if this is too expensive for you or not your thing or for whatever reason, just choose a good all-purpose cleaner. That's what you need here. One good all-purpose cleaner to use like all throughout your house. My second critically important cleaning companion, if you don't want to lose your mind, is a cleaning caddy. Now, I think I bought this one off of Amazon. I bought it a while ago. I'll check my order history. If that's the case, I'll link it down below. But I really like this one. It is good quality. It looks nice. It's a neutral color. I have two of these. I have one under my bathroom sink for all of my pet stuff, like pet shampoo, you know, pet stuff. I'm not going to get into that because that's not really this video, but with all of my general cleaning supplies. So when it is time to clean, I simply just grab this guy. Just grab it up from out underneath the sink and go put that in the middle of the room that I'm cleaning in. Okay, and I know that I'm not going to have to keep running back and forth, running all over my house, trying to find all my cleaners. Absolutely everything that I need to keep my house clean is right here. All of my cleaners does not consist of very much. So let's just go through them one by one. Comet with bleach. Cheapest cleaner ever, does the job. Or potentially an off-brand, whatever. This stuff is so cheap. This is for the toilets. And then for me, because I have pets, anybody who has pets knows there's always some kind of mess occasionally. I don't have any carpet in this house. I only have tile in this house, which is super easy to clean. I also have an area rug in the living room because I just like having something fuzzy under my feet when I'm sitting in the living room. But that means that sometimes you're going to have a mess. If you have kids or you have pets, there's just going to be messes sometimes. So you need to have a good carpet and upholstery cleaner. So I do have this. And then I have that all-purpose cleaner that I just talked about. And then also from the Melaleuca brand, this is the same kind of concept. This is a 12 times that you fill it the exact same way. This is a Clear Power is like a Windex. So I've got like a Windex product. If you're not using Melaleuca, just a Windex product and a general all-purpose cleaner, something cheap with bleach in it to clean your toilets. And then something if you have carpeting, because if you have kids or pets like most of us do, you're going to need this. And then this is my DIY vinegar dish soap cleaner. This stuff works miracles in the shower. I did a video on that. I will put it at the end of this video. I will leave at the end, you have an option to watch another video. I will put that video at the end of this video. So if you're interested in learning how to make my version of this cleaner, you can watch my video. This is a DIY cleaner. It's super cheap and it works miracles in your shower. So, and then of course I've got a little roll of trash bags because sometimes as you're cleaning, you've got things to throw away that you find little decluttering on the while you're at it. Because as I clean, I tend to do little declutters along the way. If I find trash, I've got to have a trash bag so that I can stick my stuff that needs to go in the garbage. So when I am ready to clean, I grab this. I know everything's in there, ready to go. When it comes to keeping my house clean, I have got to have the long Swiffer duster. Don't get the little one, get the big long one that extends. If you need a shorter one, this one folds right up into that short length. So you can have a short one or a long one in one so that you don't need to have two. Two of these is not going to be very helpful. And then it has this little pivot thing so that as you're cleaning, you can adjust the position of it to make it easy to clean. This guy is worth every single penny that I paid for it, and it's not that expensive. These refills kind of are. Sorry, that's dusty. The refills are a bit expensive, but I really don't go through that many of them. One or maximum two is more than enough. Most of the time, one duster is enough for each week. So that's 4 dusters a month. I think I paid about $14 for 11 dusters the other day. I got a new box. So that's not terrible. If you're comparing that to paying the cleaning lady, okay, this is a win. Next is my Swiffer mop. I am way too lazy to bother with going to get a mop bucket and filling that with mopping solution and wringing it out and then emptying it when I'm done. If you're better than me, congratulations, okay? But I just cannot do it. So I have a lightweight Swiffer that I can quickly go around and mop up my house. And I'll be real honest, I'm even so lazy that I don't mop my entire house with this. I kind of spot mop with this. My strategy is I have a robot vacuum. Okay, I do not have a top of the line iRobot vacuum. My friend does. She still pays a cleaning lady. Okay, the robot vacuum thing is not going to solve all of your house cleaning problems, but especially if you have kids and pets, it really helps. So here's the issue with the robot vacuum. I have a robot vacuum and mop in one because I don't have space in this house. I need one machine to do both of those tasks. And I know you'll see I think you'll see mixed reviews about the combo robot. I personally really like it. I have a Shark combination mop and vacuum, robot vacuum, and I think it does a great job. I got it on Black Friday special. The last one that I bought lasted several years and it was $100. And the one that I have now was also $100. And it's at least 3 years old, I guess now. So yeah, I mean, you can expect to get a lot of years out of even an inexpensive robot vacuum. But here's the catch. Having a robot vacuum is not going to mean you don't have to vacuum and mop your house. You're going to have to do that because it doesn't do corners real well. A lot of the time it doesn't do under the furniture real well. When I'm going to run my mop, it depends what kind of floors you have in your house. I have one area rug and the rest of my house is tile. If I only had tile, I would not even need the vacuum. I would just get a mop. But because I like to have that area rug, I just love being able to run it, and it does a great job of picking up pet hair and all of that to keep my rug super clean. I run it almost every day, definitely every other day on my rug, just to get that nice and clean so that whenever I've got my bear tootsies over there on the sofa, you know, I feel like the area is it just feels so comforting to have a nice clean rug. And it is painless to keep that thing clean. All I really do is just run that vacuum, and then all I do is let my robot vacuum take care of it every day or every other day. And then about one time a month, I will get out my good upright vacuum and do a very deep vacuum of that rug. So that keeps me from having to vacuum every single week. Manually, I can just do something else in another room while that robot handles that task for me. Or I can go relax and eat a hot bowl of soup for lunch, whichever floats my boat. If I'm in the middle of cleaning, I can do that, or I can relax and have my food and let the vacuum do its thing. It is still essential to have a good upright vacuum to help you spot clean areas of your home that the robot vacuum and mop doesn't quite get. And so this one is very lightweight and it has a metal filter as opposed to the cloth, like the typical cloth HEPA filter, because I feel like those are like impossible to clean. Having a metal one makes it easy to clean so that it doesn't smell bad. And then the mop version does a great job on the Shark vacuum that I have. I really like it because it does a great job of doing the majority of the floor, to mop the floor, the majority of it. And I have a 1,400 square foot house. The entire house is tile except for that area rug that we talked about. And I do have to refill my water compartment one time if I'm going to do my entire house with it, which I don't find to be a big deal. It's not a big deal. You just pop it out. You put in some water, you put in some cleaner, you pop it back on, and away it goes. So I think it's a reasonable solution. But the problem with it is that it doesn't do corners real well. So before I run my robot vacuum, I just go around and pick up doggy toys, pet bowls. I usually move, if I'm going to do the dining room, I will move all of my chairs into the living room so that it's just a clear space, just to make it as easy as possible for that vacuum to be as efficient as possible. Now, it doesn't take that much time. I'm lazy and even I can handle this. I just basically go look at the floor, phone cords, pet bowls, pet stuff, things that, there's not very many things, but anything that's kind of in its way, I'll just move it or pick it up and put it on a surface. And then I'll run it. And then the other thing that I do to kind of make that mopping as efficient as possible is I'll take a broom, especially in the kitchen. I only really do this in the bathroom and the kitchen. The rest of the house, I don't need to do this. But I'll go around the base of the cabinets and I will just sweep the debris, any debris out from under the cabinets in the bathroom and the kitchen. And that will allow the vacuum to do a better job of cleaning the floor. It only takes a second. It's like a 2-minute thing. You just go around the edge of the kitchen with a broom and push that debris toward the middle so that the vacuum can handle it. And then once the vacuum is done, I go one more time just around the perimeter with my dustbin and my Swiffer, and I just spot clean whatever the vacuum didn't quite get to my satisfaction. And this is, in my opinion, the easiest way to clean your house because it really does not take very much time to just spot clean with a dust broom, with a dustbin and a Swiffer. It's real quick. So yeah, that is my general cleaning routine. And I know like I said, I know the anti-waste people are going to be after me, but these are my go-tos. They make cleaning super simple. And like I said before, as compared to the cost of hiring someone to clean your house, this is much cheaper. Which leads me into my next cleaning partner, which is a dustbin that is on a long stick. Okay, those short little dustbins, I know they're so cheap. The ones that you got to bend down and you got to, God, I can't do it. It hurts my back. It makes me exhausted. I'm tired just from that. So no, not me. That's not me. I've got one on a long stick and I've got a tall dust broom. Tall one. That's what you need, folks. Because we are not bending over to sweep things up. We're just going to go and we're going to stand upright and we're going to sweep it into the bin and we're not going to bend down because that is just too hard on the back. Okay, that's just me. I told you I'm lazy. Lazy solutions for lazy people. This is it. Okay. Speaking of bending over, this long duster that we just talked about, this is great One time a week, I just go around my baseboards and I clean my baseboards, and they never get dirty. They never get buildups. You clean your fan blades. You don't need to get up on a ladder to get to any of that stuff. The only way I'm getting up on a ladder of any type to clean is to clean. I have some pictures. If I'm cleaning pictures on the wall, that is the one time, because I don't want to knock something down and break it, because that would just be sad. So when it comes to cleaning, like my little knickknacks up on my TV, up on my TV shelves, and in my bedroom I have some, and in the guest bedroom I have some. I try to keep that minimized, because the more, knickknacks you have, the more the more tedious that cleaning becomes. And again, lazy. So yeah, I'm not one for cleaning knickknacks, but when I do clean my knickknacks, I get up there with a cloth and my step stool, but everything else, my crown molding, up on top of the bed or on top of the dresser where you get dust, baseboards. This is your friend, guys. This is your friend, because you don't even need to get up on a ladder or anything like that to clean. You just go around, no bending down. You go around, you get your baseboards, you get your blinds, you get your crown molding, you get the fan blades, and you do not need to get up on a ladder, and you do not need to put a lot of time into it. The only thing I would say is that doing this every week, because this thing keeps this task so painless, it's really not a problem to do it every week, because then you're just going to need one of these little things. And sometimes I don't even need one. Sometimes I can reuse it. Obviously, whenever it gets dirty, you got to change it. But I find that generally speaking, one of these is plenty for my entire house if I do this on a weekly basis. And that brings me to my next cleaning partner, which is a good quality step stool that can support your weight. Something that's easy to climb up on, because like I said, my cleaning routine that I have already told you about, that generally speaking keeps me from having to get up on a step stool. However, occasionally when I need to get something on the top level of my cabinet, I always use the top level of my cabinets and the ones and the storage that's hard to reach. I use those for items that I don't need to get to very often. But if I do need to get to those, having a step stool like this, just tucked in my laundry room, makes it very simple. I just go and I grab my step ladder and get what I need and put it back. It's lightweight, it holds my weight, and it's not something that I'm going to fall off of, because I'm pretty clumsy. Easy to climb on. Nice wide foot platform for your feet, so that if you're clumsy like me, you won't break your neck or something you don't have two of, as my grandmother would have said. So yeah, so this is basically the reason why I have so much cleaning to do, is this furry little guy right here. I don't know if I can really recommend that you get one of these, but they are sweet. Yeah, you're worth it. You're worth it, aren't you? You're worth it. Yes, you are. All right, guys. So that's that. That's a wrap. That's pretty much what we use. Oh, I got one more thing. My favorite thing of all, but I almost forgot. Because I've got to take you to the other room for that. So let's go have a look at that. I don't know if you can see it here. It has like a power washer. It's awesome. It comes out of here. The water just comes out of here in like a fan. Life-changing. So first of all, it has this very wide rain shower head, which I love. And then it's also got this little hand shower. You can just change it to the hand shower by pushing that lever. And then you can adjust it to the power wash setting. There's actually two of them, but this is the particular one that I used to clean with. And it is the one where it comes out like a fan. Game changer. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, I will be sure to put that DIY Dawn dish soap and vinegar cleaner that I have. That'll be right over here. Okay, guys, catch you on the next one.